You know, surrender takes, for a yogi, that's all we're talking about today. We're not talking about the way most people would hold that word. And of course, I know you know this. You know that. And we all know all the answers that are being given today. You know, as a friend of mine recently said, we never hear anything new. And of course, I know that. I'm not saying anything new. You know, the spiritual path is actually quite simple, and truths are ultimately one, so how many different ways can we keep saying it? But just to speak to that self-effort versus surrender for a yogi, it takes a lot of self-effort to surrender up. They're not mutually exclusive in a way, because if we know that every situation in life is perfect for us, the self-effort isn't about trying to change that, ever. It's about trying to change ourselves and see it, which is what surrender means when we're surrendering up to God. See it as being perfect, always, that we don't see it in any other way. So it's only the mind that's grappling with that as a question. And it's that place that once we all do this about a lot of things, we want something to make sense in a way that it never will to the mind. Words are defined differently. They mean different things. They have a different energy for the soul than they do for the mind. So every effort we spend brings more life in the end. I always think that, and I always think I got the words wrong. Strength. I swear somebody changed that.
Swamiji did change the words.
Okay, very good. So I've learned it. It's so ingrained in me. Every effort we spend brings more strength in the end, till our gladness in life's ever new. Ever new means ever new joy, ever new bliss. The only place that something that can be constantly ever new in that way is in the divine. And so they're not mutually exclusive. They have to work together. We have to bring every effort we spend into that place of surrendering to the divine in everything, the divine aspect that's always here. And I don't think there's much more of an answer for that, because I think that's the simple truth. And I love that quote of Masters, everything in life is either for your education or your entertainment. I mean, it's so simply said. Look at whatever comes to you, everything. What is there to learn spiritually? How can you grow spiritually? Or I would say, notice the humor in it, because, that story about the fleas, I mean, it's a hard story, but in a way, there is a little bit of humor in it. I mean, here are these guards who are fooled by these, minuscule little bugs, and it's like, yay, fleas. I mean, you could hold it out there with a lightness of being about it. And there is a lightness of being about everything in life, if and when we have perfected our attitudes. I did say this last night, I think, but I'll keep saying it in that other class, that essentials class, probably throughout the class. Master said, whenever anything looks off to us, check your attitude. Whenever anything feels off, he says, just change your attitude. It's just another way of saying all that we've been saying. Don't change me. Don't change my circumstances. Change me. Things are neither good nor bad, but thinking, our attitude, makes it so. It just goes on and on. What he's doing in that course that he gave on right attitude is he's breaking it down for us, and he will, as we look at these 5 aspects of right attitude. I don't remember what they are right now, or I would say them. But it's just his way of opening the window for us and saying, here's all the ways that you can change your attitude. The first way is by looking at all of the ways that we can give a boost to our courage, be drawn less, be managed less in our life by fear. And that's a big one, of course, because I can't think of a feeling. I might want to come back and correct myself about this later, but let me just say it would be hard for me. When I watch people being really angry, I ask myself, what are they afraid of? When I ask people being mean, I ask myself, what are they afraid of? It just goes on and on and on. Our fear of loss of control, of judgment, of shame, of many things drives so much of our behavior, just if not all of it. So fear is a biggie. He started with courage, and it's a great place to start. So I hope I spoke to something.